5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, Mark Ritson. Don't blame the CFOs for not getting marketing. It's our fault. And this one is, again, something we've been echoing forever. A lot of CMOs and a lot of marketing VPs say we're not getting the budget we want because of that CFO and the CEO. We say the CFO is making short-term decisions, doesn't understand the value of marketing. Well, the CFO's job is to keep costs in line and hopefully give you enough resources to grow the company. But because on the P&L, I've said this before, on the P&L there's a revenue bar up at the top, just a one-page P&L, and there's expenses. And usually there's a lot of breakout of expenses. There's revenue and there's expenses. And at the bottom line, there's profit. The CFO's job is this part, expenses. And you know what shows up in there? Marketing, advertising, big number. One of the biggest numbers on that bottom part. That's just the way it is. Now, here's the question. Let's say the CFO says, we're doing really well. We might have to pay too much taxes. I'll give the marketing guy a little more money. Okay? Let's just say that happens. And the marketing guy says, oh, goody, I can do a Super Bowl ad and I can forget to mention our company. But it'll be really entertaining. And we'll put it in there somehow. But we just won't mention it a lot because we don't want to oversell. Let's just say. So all of a sudden the marketing budget goes up $5 million. But that revenue number doesn't move. What does the CFO think? The CFO thinks that the connection between marketing and revenue is tenuous at best, not causal. He knows if he cuts employees, production will go down, revenue will go down. He also knows if he buys a new machine tool or something that production can go up, revenue can go up if sales go up. Capacity goes up. He understands those operational cost relationships, that they are very causal. What he doesn't understand is why he can increase or decrease the marketing budget and it has very little impact. And that's because in many companies it doesn't have much impact. Ritson says he got into marketing because it makes enormous amounts of money. And that's true. Now, of course, if the CEO isn't prepared for that growth, or the CFO, you can throttle that back. So even when marketing hits a home run, we had clients this spring that, demand was through the roof because they were, online catalog companies. They were still mailing. But their inventory wasn't enough. I told you the story about the fireworks company. The fireworks company said, fireworks are going to be big this year. Our suppliers in Wuhan, and they're shut down, how can we get enough inventory? And so they bought inventory from the companies, the fireworks retailers that were scared and kept shut down. Probably put the competition out of business for the most part and had their best year ever. So marketing and operations are intertwined. So rather than looking for the next magical communications platform, get yourself more broadly tactically exposed and then get upstream to strategy and diagnosis, because this is what the proper job looks like, Ritson says. Don't go looking for the magical upstream diagnosis. But we had a case study on the webinar, and it said, essentially, prove your marketing in a laboratory. Direct mail is the perfect laboratory because the engagement is high, and therefore the causal connections can be isolated. You can isolate causal variables in mail that you cannot with digital and you cannot with mass media, because you don't know who's seeing it in those other media. The engagement is so low. So use mail to prove your point. and this is the Lovesac case. With mail, we proved the points over and over. We proved the demand driving capability. We tested and tested in mail. And then we rolled out to digital. And we rolled out to mass media. That was their idea, not mine. I can't take credit for that. But I taught them how we could know something for sure. That's the formula for explosive growth. I don't see any other formula that's possible. Mail teaches and isolates causal variables. Does it make sense to put a banner ad at County or at Miller Park? Sure, maybe. If you take it out, will you see an impact? No. And that's the trouble. You don't know which half is wasted. In mail, you do. That's my message to the millennials. That's my message if you're selling print and mail. Mail is the key to isolating the causal variables, to show cause and effect, and to get your budget the way you want it from the CFO. Use mail to justify marketing and then roll it out and watch it work.